Extra.
KBLA Talk 1580 is dedicated to empowering our communities by providing progressive talk radio for our audience. We strive to be an intersectional voice for the voiceless. As a Black-owned and operated station, we are committed to highlighting diverse perspectives and creating safe spaces for meaningful dialogue. We believe that everyone has something unique to bring to these political, economic, social, and cultural conversations, and we don't shy away from the hard conversations about current events. We endeavor to be a beacon of hope and understanding, while boldly challenging listeners to think more deeply about difficult topics that impact us all. With this in mind, our mission statement at KBLA Talk 1580 is simple: to create an inclusive platform that promotes civil discourse through honest dialogue and encourages personal growth among our listeners, so they can become the active agents of change. Our vision is to establish ourselves as the premier radio network with relevant programming across the beloved community, connecting people through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
We'll learn about 10 signs that you're less attractive than you think. Now, let's begin. It's difficult to judge how attractive we really are. Well, that's why most people misjudge their physical appeal. For example, some of the most beautiful people grossly underestimate their good looks, calling themselves average and forgettable. But on the other hand, many far less attractive people assume that they're perfect specimens. They aren't afraid to advertise their beauty to anyone who asks, even though they aren't as attractive as they think they are. While you most likely aren't incredibly beautiful or physically ugly, it's equally possible that you're misjudging your appearance. Or perhaps other people are misjudging you. For whatever reason, people don't seem to find you as attractive as they should. You thought you had better than average looks, but now you're wondering, if your perception of yourself is totally wrong. Is it possible that you're far less attractive than the person that you see in the mirror? While it's possible you're not as attractive as you think, the problem likely isn't the shape of your face or the size of your body. Oftentimes, people seem unattractive due to unappealing traits, habits, and lifestyle choices, which paint an unflattering picture of their personality. In other words, you may be making several simple mistakes that are undermining your looks and driving people away. For instance, let's say you're an attractive person, yet you hardly ever receive romantic attention from potential partners. You immediately blame your looks, but the real problem may be something else entirely. Perhaps you're being outshined by your very beautiful friends, or simply you just don't know how to talk to people in a way that makes you more attractive. So even if you're good-looking, these mistakes can make you far less appealing. Look, my point is that there are many reasons why you may be less attractive than you think, and most of them have nothing to do with your physical features. In fact, most of them are things that you have the power to change. People aren't noticing what you have to offer because you aren't showing off the best signs of yourself. If these 10 signs sound familiar, you're currently less attractive than you think.
No, I'm not going to give it to you. No. Andy, who is that? Let everybody know who that is. That's an interesting take.
It's a page called Top Think. Ain't no specific individual.
Page called Top Think. I mean, I watched the whole video today. He was amazing when he broke those 10 pieces down. I didn't want to give them all away. But tonight's topic, this is hour number 2. beauty as a virus. How can the attention of attractive individuals be perceived as a commodity in a transactional society? OnlyFans? Right? Dude, listen. You saw the story that came out, right? That says the majority of all OnlyFans professionals live in Miami. Do you know their entire lifestyle is funded by the insecure man who lacks the courage to talk to them in real person, in real life? They would rather support their lifestyle in Miami. Oh, man. I'll just buy the beauty. She would never talk to me for real. I've heard men say that. She wouldn't like a guy like me. Very interesting stuff here today. Let me tell you something. Let me get into it before I get to the callers real quick. Jay Krishnamurti put it this way. He said, "You are accustomed to being told how far you have advanced. What is your spiritual status? How childish. Who but yourself can tell you if you are beautiful or ugly within? Who but yourself can tell you if you are incorruptible?" He says, "You are not serious in these things." Do you see? Just inside, weak and scared and afraid. You're even afraid of the help. I asked a brother the other day, when's the last time you seen a therapist? I ain't never been to a therapist. Afraid of the help. And guess what? Well, I don't think it worked anyway. Well, you ain't even tried. They will besmirch the name of the preacher. They will besmirch the name of the therapist and ain't tried either or. Before I put them down, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them together and see if together it'll work. But we all got work to do. And the work left undone, I promise you, makes you ugly. Oh, it makes you hideous. Horrifying. I'm sorry. I digress. Callers, get in here. I know you got a lot to share. Sean, Oakland, California. You're on the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580.
Brother Zoda, the Voice of Reason. Choose wisely. That's a very good one. But when you're talking about right now about ourselves and our kind of our perception of ourselves, and talking to other people, my biggest thing as an older person is make sure to reach out to as many people as you can. And I know nowadays we phone, but even if you just text and say, hey, just letting you know I'm here. I want to know how you're doing. Hope everything is good. And you don't expect anything in return. And, this comes from when you're back, growing up with your family and all that, everyone, a lot of times, winning is everything and all that kind of thing, which I get. I totally understand being a baseball player, all that kind of stuff. But the fact is, your failures are what teaches you the most. And when I mean failures, I just mean that you have this perception of what's going on in the moment. And, it could be with a person, it could be with a relationship. And since that's what your show is mostly about, I'm going to stick there, and you think everything is all right, going good and all that. And then, it somehow or another, it falls apart. There could be many different reasons. That's where you learn something. That is where you learn something to move forward in this life. And I'm one of those people that I need positive energy in my life. So If someone, if it's a failure, hey, I got you. I move on, and I'm going to make that next time I do something a positive. But it's not that easy to do. You have to think about it. But doggone it, don't be beating yourself up when things break down, because it doesn't mean that much. It just means it's a learning opportunity.
No, I agree with you, Sean, and I appreciate you for hanging on the line and delivering some much-needed insight to the people that are listening to the Voice of Reason and you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580 when I come forward. Detroit, Kansas City, Los Angeles. We're going to keep cooking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The pandemic may be over, but many Angelinos could be at risk of losing the place they call home. It's important to know your rights as a residential renter in the city of LA. Did you know eviction protection still exists for unpaid COVID-19 rental debt that was due before March 31st, 2023? And that you have 5 days to respond to an eviction notice, also known as an unlawful detainer. Learn more about your rental rights at housing.lacity.org. Be informed, be protected, be at home.
When I move my body, I feel like freedom.
Malik Books is hosting the Freedom to Read and Write Juneteenth celebration at Westfield Culver City Mall on June 17th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Come celebrate the freedom to read and write with love, music, children's activities, author readings, book signings, and more. For more information, go to malikbooks.com. Come celebrate with us at Malik Books. Storytime with Jozo Bozo the Clown. Featured author Anise Rochelle, reading and signing her bestseller, Juneteenth a Book, teaches children about Juneteenth. Anise Rochelle has written 5 books that promote self-love and confidence. Come celebrate at Malik Books. Fun for the whole family. Freedom to read and write the Juneteenth celebration. Our voice matters. For more information, go to malikbooks.com. Again, malikbooks.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wait. Hold on. That we got to hold that Snoop Dogg. We got to hold him up because I know what's the song after that? Come on, man. Come on. What? Come on, man. on, man. Y'all know Prince was acting a complete fool. He was at his full power. The beautiful ones hurt you every time. Paint a perfect picture. Bring to life. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. I'm turned up. My playlist is on fire. The beautiful ones always seem to hurt us. Was Prince saying ugly people don't hurt? I don't know. Great record from the Purple Rain album. It's an amazing time back then, man. We got callers on the line. I want to get them on. Who's been on the longest? D from Detroit. Get in here. Let's talk.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was always told I was pretty, and then I ended up being molested. So I ain't never want to tell nobody when somebody complimented me like as a grown man. But then when I got in college, I took a class, and they said literally out the book that aesthetics matter. And if a person finds you aesthetically appealing, you are most likely going to pass the class. And for a long time, like, I had a child early in life. So girls wanted to fight me just for no reason. Like, they would just be like, I mop you by your hair. You think you got long hair. Oh, you light. I scratch your face up. And I had to put a few stitches and staples up in people's heads because then I had to show the ugliness that was inside of me that I didn't really want to show. So it felt like it was a curse and a bless. Plus, I'm intelligent. I wrote a book. You know, I graduated, things like that. And between my two kids and them being the first, they got 22 kids. So they still ain't found no woman. You know what I'm saying? So wow. I don't know who ugly and who ain't, you know, but it was a curse and a blessing at the same time because I did get plenty of opportunities. I got, like, even with Scientology, I got put on the face of the cover. They was like, you know, like, we want you to be the face to attract more brown people. You know, they call them brown.
Wow.
And yeah, you know, so it was something steady having to fight people who was trying to, like, literally hurt me. I had a girl pull out a gun on me telling me, you think you the shit because you work for the hospital, bitch, I kill you.
D, no profanity.
No
profanity.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And she just put the gun to my head, and all I could do was fight for my baby. She did 2 years in prison for that.
Ugly experiences. D, let me just say this. I appreciate you for calling. You brought Detroit, Michigan in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. Come on in here, April, and then we going to Kansas City to talk to my boy, Red Pill Crip. But April from Los Angeles, get in here.
Hi, Zoe. How are you? This is April calling from Los Angeles. Richie Rich's auntie. I want to give a shout out. His birthday is Monday, Juneteenth.
Come on, Richie Rich.
Richie Rich from
Come
Pasadena.
on, Gemini brother. Yes, yes.
His birthday is June 19th. So beauty. I have always been an odd-looking person. I'm very tall. I'm very dark. I was very thick, and it messed with me for a while. And people would always tell me how beautiful I was, but I was oversized, and I was chocolate. I had beautiful hair. I didn't believe them because the society didn't consider what I had as beautiful. But now, at 53, hey, I'm a fierce. I am just all that. I am just all that. I'm worn. I'm in the fall. Fall and winter is coming. And winter looks wonderful. Winter looks wonderful. And it's all about self-love and self-development and developing yourself and loving yourself. And you have really helped me. I discovered you about 15 years ago.
Wow.
I listened to I was out when I was on the road listening to you on Jamie Foxx's radio show.
Wow.
And my brother, deceased, God rest his soul, he introduced me to you. And then it just evolved over the years. And it's really a self-love. And that skin color and that texture, because my thing was growing up, I never had, all my family members had a big butt. I'm 6'1", and I'm flat as a board. And, family always tell you about that. I'm flat as a board.
Family will let you know, right? Girl, sit down and have another piece of cornbread. Come on. You got to get something on that backside, right?
But it's not there, and it's okay. It's okay. The nimmies hang down low, but it's okay. It's okay. Got a couple teeth missing, but you can go to the dentist and get them fixed. And that's about love, loving yourself. Loving yourself, and my nephew taught me that. My niece taught me that, who's passed. My brother taught me that, who's passed. And you've taught me that, and I appreciate that.
No, it ain't nothing but love. Thank you. Ain't nothing but love, April.
Richie Rich, June 19th. That's his birthday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the call, and shout out to Richie Rich, voice of reason listener, long time. We appreciate it. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're talking about beauty. What's really beautiful, man? Not just the physical aesthetics. That stuff gets old. You hear people talking about certain people now, they're aging like a banana. They getting old, right? Beauty is not going to be here for a long time. There has to be an inner beauty. And I believe inner beauty contributes greatly to the longevity of interpersonal relationships. And I'm not talking about inner attractiveness. I'm talking about something deeper than just an aesthetic approach. I'm talking about some qualities. Character, empathy, self-love, compassion, understanding, organic reciprocity, a natural giving spirit. I'm not talking about a giving spirit that is unaware that their giving is connected to some type of need. I'm talking about somebody who does it because they are it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a different thing. I got another caller. Can I get him? Here we go. Red Pill Crab.
Yes, sir.
From Kansas City, Missouri. Get in here.
Man, I'm in the building, man. Let's talk about beauty, OG. How you doing, sir?
I'm alive and well, my friend.
Oh, man. This beauty thing, it kind of saddens me, man, because we got the beauty of a woman, which is different than the beauty of a man. And I think we both relying on it the wrong way. I think that men, when you a beautiful man, whatever, 6-pack chisel, 6 foot, 6-pack, 6 figures, the only thing that really matters is the 6 figures. Your beauty doesn't really matter like that. Now, women, ladies, y'all got to understand. When y'all come in our world, y'all got to understand that it don't matter how cute we are. If we stop providing or we don't provide in general, it's a wrap. But when it comes to the ladies, we don't really care about your provision. If I get with you and this is what I'm with, and this is the woman that I fell in love with, eyes first, eyes alone, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, you lose that beauty, guess what happens? It's almost disrespectful.
Keep going. I'm listening. Keep going.
Yeah, for women, you know what I'm saying? Like you that's y'all's value. Our value, so me and you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a radio show. I got a business. This is what my beauty is. A woman's beauty is what God gave her in the first place to actually preserve. So, you know what I'm saying? You got your beauty, you take care of that.
Oh, this
and
is
then
deep.
That's what
This is deep.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what keeps
Red Pill, hold on. Are you saying a man's beauty is his ability to provide and protect? Go in.
Absolutely. That's all a man's beauty is. Because I'll tell you like this. If a woman is with a beautiful man that is not providing, his shot clock is ticking.
The shot clock.
Yeah, boy, you better start hitting them J's. I'm telling you. And a woman a woman, and I think it's almost, that's why I said in the perspective of beauty, I think a woman, if she loses her beauty due to getting comfortable with you, gaining weight, you know what I'm saying, not taking care of herself, we both get comfortable in certain aspects. Mm-hmm. But even if I get lazy in the beauty department, I might, get a little gut, little what you call a little fupa, a little man fupa. Man, don't worry about all that. Them bills paid.
Them bills is taken care of, so I ain't gotta be cute.
Yeah, I ain't gotta be cute.
The bills is cute, man, right? The bills are cute.
Hey, that confirmation number of the bills being paid is cuter than me. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the beauty thing. See, and shout out to Richie Rich's mom and stuff. And that self-love.
That was his aunt.
Oh, it's auntie. Okay, shout out to auntie. You know what I'm saying? Much love. But I think the self-love thing, and I think it's a distraction from what really needs to be going on. Self-love is cool. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself, all that. But your real value and your worth in this world is what you are providing to it. So just loving yourself is, so just tell me if you think I'm wrong. Is that cope? Are we selling scripts to ourselves? Are we writing these scripts down? Because I just go through Facebook or go through Twitter or go through Instagram right now. I love me. Love yourself. We talking about attractive 30-plus-year-old women that are just non-tolerable. Beautiful women, still beautiful.
No.
But they just...
You hitting on something big right here. You're hitting on something big right here. It's, listen, man. Quotes on, say, Facebook, Instagram, all that, that spreads around just like the latest eyelashes.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Listen, you got people out there who, it's now in vogue to say, you got to love yourself. But when you start peeling back the layers and say, what is your process of accepting your wounds? Many people don't have an answer for that, bro. They ain't got an answer. Stay with me, Red Pill, because you cooking, man. We got stuff to do. When I come forward, I'm going back to Kansas City, man. They out here showing it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Authorities in Philadelphia have recovered a body along I-95 where a tanker caught fire over the weekend. That eventually led to the collapse of an elevated portion of the interstate on Sunday morning. Governor Josh Shapiro has since declared an emergency declaration with the goal of accelerating repairs to the heavily traveled roadway. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is looking for another police commissioner following the abrupt resignation of Keishant Sewell yesterday. She became the first woman to be in charge of the NYPD, but reports indicate she was frustrated after being micromanaged and in a power struggle. Mayor Eric Adams, who is black, praised Sewell for helping lower crime, and Sewell drew praise from the largest police union, the PBA. However, Black Lives Matter released a statement saying her appointment was an effort by the mayor to apply a failed way of policing. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Calling all night owls, Buffalo Wild Wings is open late. Fill up on some tasty apps with an ice cold tall beer starting at $4. Late night food and drinks start at $4 from 10 till close at B-Dubs. Limited time at participating locations. Offers, days, and times may vary. Drink responsibly. Void where prohibited. Tax and fees extra.
KBLA Talk 1580 is dedicated to empowering our communities by providing progressive talk radio for our audience. We strive to be an intersectional voice for the voiceless. As a Black-owned and operated station, we are committed to highlighting diverse perspectives and creating safe spaces for meaningful dialogue. We believe that everyone has something unique to bring to these political, economic, social, and cultural conversations, and we don't shy away from the hard conversations about current events. We endeavor to be a beacon of hope and understanding, while boldly challenging listeners to think more deeply about difficult topics that impact us all. With this in mind, our mission statement at KBLA Talk 1580 is simple: to create an inclusive platform that promotes civil discourse through honest dialogue and encourages personal growth among our listeners so they can become the active agents of change. Our vision is to establish ourselves as the premier radio network with relevant programming across the beloved community, connecting people through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Ready for an unforgettable experience this Juneteenth weekend? I'm Queen Mother Nina Womack, inviting everyone to my multimedia arts exhibit called Wayusi, The Legacy of Slavery and Freedom. Experience African culture, Black art, live performances, keynote speakers like Dr. Melina Abdullah of Black Lives Matter LA, and more. See The Door of No Return, an 18th century slave dungeon relic from Ghana. Produced by Transmedia 360, sponsored by the Department of Mental Health, Cal Mesa, and Take Action for Mental Health LA, running June 16th through the 18th at ArtShare LA, 801 East 4th Place, 90013 off of 4th Street, 1 block east of Alameda in the Downtown Arts District. Get your tickets at legacyofslavery.com or call 877-594-1292.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SavedByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SavedByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SavedByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful.
ladies and gentlemen,
I am beautiful.
friends and family.
Every single way.
The Voice of Reason's playlist is amazing.
Bring me down. Oh, no.
Our faces. They might sit at the front of our heads and go everywhere we travel, but we don't actually really own them. And sure, the usual suspects are to blame: Hollywood, advertisers, our peers, our lovers. But you know who's most to blame? Me. You. Us. The biggest obstacle to us owning our faces is us disowning them. When we ogle a Photoshop magazine cover, when we click on the link promising celebrity photos without makeup, when we look away from the mirror that little bit too quickly, we are the Red Queen running, racing faster and faster just to stand still. Take my story, for example. You might see that I've got some facial deformities, and they've been around quite a while. When I was developing in my mother's womb, I had a massive tumour form at the front of my face. It was at the top of my forehead and went all the way down to where the tip of my nose should have been. It was about the size of my newborn baby's fist. And it formed early in my development and pushed my eyes to the side of my head, like a fish. Now, back in the dark ages of the 1970s, there was no prenatal scans. So my parents didn't know this was coming. So my mother, when I was born, realised something was wrong though. So her first question to the doctors and nurses wasn't, is it a boy or a girl? Her first question was, is my baby okay? No, Mrs. Hogue, the doctor said. He is not okay. There is something wrong with his head and something wrong with his legs. Now, my mother didn't see me before I was born. And when I was born, I was taken away to the nursery and she went back to the mother's ward. And she stayed there about a week, refusing to see me. She had visitors. Other than my father, I had none. She had people coming and asking her if she'd go and see her newborn baby, and she refused. But eventually, she changed her mind, and she found herself standing at the side of my cot, looking down at this. And she rejected me. She decided then and there that she couldn't connect with this face. She didn't want to own it. She didn't want to own me. So she went back to the mother's ward, and a week later, she went home, and I stayed in hospital. So
the brother's TED Talk is amazing. His name is Robert Hoagie. Please look up his TED Talk. Robert Hoagie. Listen, he had to cultivate internal beauty. You heard him said when he was a baby, he was born with a tumor in the front of his head that was where his nose was supposed to be. And he said the tumor grew to such a size, was the size of his baby's fist. Clearly, his inner beauty got him a woman, got him somebody who loves him. And clearly, she was able to look beyond his deformity. Many of us just simply can't do it. Even his mama couldn't look past his deformity. She was like, I don't want him. She said she didn't want to own him. The name of his talk is called Own Your Face. Go ahead, Andy. Andy wants to.
No, I just wanted to read this comment on this page. Real profound. This one person says, and there's people who get one pimple and start contemplating their entire existence.
Ooh, man, you gonna find out if they got pure love or ugly love. Ugly love is a quitter. The more human you get, the more anxiety ugly love feels. Pure love understands you're a human being. I know people don't want to hear that, but ugly love is a blamer. Huh? Did y'all? Okay, cool. Ugly love, right, is a blamer. Ugly love is not accountable. Ugly love is not empathetic. Ugly love is here for a good time, not a long time. Do you understand? Okay, let me get to the callers. Red Pill Crip, Kansas City, Missouri. Get in here and finish your thought.
You know how it is, man. We're talking about beauty on the external and the internal. Unfortunately, ladies, if you don't have the external, you can't even get a man to want to know the internal. Ooh. And fellas, if you don't have that perception of getting something to get, you know what I'm saying, having longevity, you don't get that chance either. So we got to peel the layer back of just a little bit. So if you're a beautiful woman, you got all the opportunity in the world. If you're a man of means, you got all the opportunity in the world. This is the trade-off for beauty. But now, what comes with the core? You know what I'm saying? So now, I tell people all the time, man, like that self-love stuff is cool. That's what we kind of left off on. That self-love is cool. But at the end of the day, if you are reading affirmations and looking in the mirror every day and telling yourself you love yourself because don't nobody else, that's dangerous too.
I love it.
I love me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Zoe, I think that, Zoe, you got a great, you always been great, man. You ain't never not been great. But I think you give a lot of people a little too much cushion. Like, you can't be a bad person. You can't be an awful person and say it's okay to just love yourself and that's enough. No, you got to get out here and do better, man. You got to get out here and be better. I tell my kids that. I tell my mom that. I tell my grandma that. And guess how big my circle is?
It's probably real tiny.
Oh, man. Look, it's me, myself, and I.
Hey, brother.
And we be fighting.
Let me just say this, man. I appreciate the insight. This is an open platform. Everybody get to say what they need to say. Red Pill, I got to let them have it.
Right.
But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for shining, man.
Thank you, big bro.
Now, let me just say this. Attraction is a complex psychological phenomenon that involves a combination of biological, social, and cultural factors. Some of the key psychological factors that contribute to attraction include physical appearance, personality traits, shared interests and values, and proximity. When I come forward, you already know I'm going to go even deeper because my brother Nazarene X is on the line.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Despite pushback from franchise owners, the Assembly passes fast food workers bill. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Assembly Bill 1228, known as the Fast Food Franchiser Responsibility Act, authored by Assemblymember Chris Holden, was passed off the Assembly floor with 42 votes in favor of the legislation, while 22 members of the Assembly voted against the bill. Some reasons Holden and supporters of this bill find it necessary is due to the reported wage theft of fast food workers, claims of violence at work, sexual harassment and assault claims, denied sick days, intense heat, poor workplace safety practices, as well as claims of retaliation for speaking out. Holden was reported saying, quote, "This does not imply that all fast food franchises mistreat their workers. It's clear that we must ensure our fast food workers are able to thrive in their workplace and their communities," end quote.
Are you a small or micro business owner looking for ways to succeed after the pandemic? LA County has got you covered. Gain access to economic opportunity grants and technical assistance to help your business thrive. Whether you need mentorship or capital investment programs, they're here to help. Find out if you qualify at recovery.lacounty.gov/programs. That's recovery.lacounty.gov/programs. LA County and you, moving forward together.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's the one I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind
I'm
of
sorry.
love.
It's just
It's time that I
wow. Hey! My playlist is out of control right now. Boy, Michael Jackson come with that magic on. You ain't even ready for it, huh? Everybody listening to tonight's topic, I don't even know where Zoe going with this. And then Mike starts singing, you go, oh, Lord, there it is right there this evening. There it is, Jesus. Hey, the Voice of Reason is on complete fire tonight, man. You better know what we doing out here, man. We changing lives. Let me get my brother Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia, in the building. Get in here.
Hey, what up with you, huh? Man, yeah, it's been crazy great tonight, bro. Big time, man. And, the only primary target that came to mind, I feel like I could add to the mix, and it just speaks to that spiritual radiance, that element of what, I guess, people are attracted to, like, your girl, Janet Jackson, like a moth to a flame, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we just drawn to something. So on one side of the coin, I feel like part of this beauty virus, it's gotten so deep to where, like for me personally, we have this bad bee culture.
Right. The bad
like everybody's
bee.
a bad bitch. Yeah. And I feel like that, like when we kind of just look at that whole dynamic too, like again, it's not that it's so-called bad to take someone's I guess, physical appearance seriously. But of course, you don't want to get wrapped up in it. But I think it goes further, and maybe these days it's become so normalized for women. Like, they running around here calling themselves a boss bee, a bad bee, and all of that. And, don't get me wrong, to a degree, when you look at things just on that surface level, to an extent, some of them are actually telling the truth.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something there. However, that's an automatic turn off for me, energetically, when a woman identifies herself as such, because I feel like that speaks to a lack of, at least just again, depending on how it's delivered, if that's the case, but it also, to me, registers as like a lack of self-awareness to that point where it's like,
You're 100% on. Listen, when you are empty, all you have is the ability to mimic societal benchmarks. Because mimicking societal benchmarks is chasing meaning. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
When you cultivate the meaning from within, there is no chase.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk and win the race.
Right. That's like that old saying where it's just like, I guess, the two lions, and you got like the little lion cub that's talking to the big lion or whatnot. Like, yeah, you see all these cattle down there. Like, let's run down there and get one. But then the daddy lion just like, well, son, why don't we just walk down and get them all?
And eat them all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
that's right.
That speaks, I mean, again, just that whole aspect, I think it's permeated, like that mindset. So it's like that culture or whatnot, it has become like a disease, or it's infected people on a psychological level too. And even that responsive thing, I mean, again, like with our last caller, I don't think it's necessarily bad to say that once you get into your self-awareness bag, or, you're looking to implement practices of mindfulness and self-love, like, it's not bad. But when it is a response, and it speaks to that whole thing where you just like, you see in the title, you trying to gravitate toward, but you just masking all these other inner flaws or shortcomings or whatever, like not knowing that sometimes like people actually drawn to that, or they don't look at who you are as ugly. Like, you might be their style. Like, it's that law of rhythm and motion.
But do you agree or disagree? The brother outlined everything I've been saying in terms of the non-belief of the spiritual aspect of relationship. He broke down what it means to be a man as defined by this corrupt, toxic society.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he defined. What is a man? He said, I ain't got to be cute. I don't have to be attractive. The bills are cute.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That is society.
Yeah.
That is society in a nutshell. And if your manhood is written by the people that captured and enslaved you, how can you call yourself a man?
Exactly. Like, you voluntary puppet. But some people are just rocking on that vibration, so they're not worried about, I guess, tapping into or unearthing that more vast element of what is beautiful, because like beauty really is just all an extension of nature, or an extension of nature.
Hold on, I can't let you do this, Nazarene. You do this all the time. You get on the phone and then you pull me into an uncle-nephew conversation. I look up and we against the clock.
Oh, love.
You can't do this, man. I be like, yo, nephew, I'm going to tell you something else. And then, Zoe, you got to get out of here, man.
Tell them stay tuned. Come back tomorrow night.
Hey,
appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man. Hey,
love.
I got my nephews in here calling in. Let me give you this. Let me just say thank you guys. Hey, where did Andy go? Oh, Andy just stepped out for a second. So let me just do this as I get to the end of the show here. Krishnamurti on beauty. He said, you must have passion, intensity to really live with anything, to live fully, to look at a mountain, a tree, right? To really look at a human being. You must have passionate intensity. He's telling you most of your relationships are over. Oh, Andy, you can let Nazarene go, brother. Now, he's basically telling you most of your relationships are over. He says, but that passion, that flame is denied when you have hedged it around various urges, demands, contradictions, and fears. How can a flame survive when it is smothered by a lot of smoke? Ugh. Our life is but smoke. We are looking for the flame, but we are denying it by suppressing, controlling, and shaping the thing we call desire. Listen to him. He said, without passion, there can be no beauty. Oof. I do not mean the beauty of the pictures, buildings, painted women, and all the rest of it. They have their own forms of beauty. But we are talking, he said, but what we are talking about is not superficial beauty. A thing put together by man like a cathedral, a temple. Are you listening? He's talking about something that is transcendent. We don't give the transcendence space because we don't believe it's real. The only thing that's real is bread and butter. And that's what makes us ugly. We think we can throw money at a wound. We think we can throw money at a fear. Oh, Lord, listen, I can keep going, but I won't. I'm going to let my brother Danny Morrison keep the fire lit. He on his way in here. Trust me, it's going to be fire, and I'll be back in here tomorrow with another slapper.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Authorities